Hello, fellow Whovians, that's Mr. Reviews. As you can see, I'll be reviewing Doctor Who, the Daleks, also known as the Mutants. And this is the second episode of the first season of Doctor Who, and the episode introducing one of, if not the most well-known antagonists in Doctor Who, the Daleks. And this was the first of the Dalek episodes that was made into a movie by some American company, I forget who. And I still say that this is better than the movie, so. Anyway, after the pilot, or the select part of the first episode, the Doctor, his granddaughter Susan, and her teachers Ian and Barbara are on a Scarrow, but they don't know the name of the planet. So, and Ian and Barbara just mostly Barbara is just worrying that the Doctor might not be able to get them home at any point, but Ian just tries to get her to believe that they will, and about think that the Doctor should get something bad done to him or something. And they kind of get their wish, since the Doctor wants to explore the city that, like, outside the jungle, but the rest want to go back to the TARDIS and try to get back to 1963 in London. And he does that, but then Susan starts getting fright when she thinks a hand landed on her shoulder. The Doctor trying to tell her that it's impossible, but she's not really buying it. So he just gets Barbara to talk to her, so it kinda works, however. Oh yeah, and turns out the Doctor has his own version of the replicator from Star Trek Generation to onwards, or next generation, let's say generation. Well, it isn't exactly like a generator, but it kind of makes some sort of food that tastes like two pieces of food together. Like Ian Barber wanted bacon, eggs, and the thing that they taste or eat first tastes like bacon, and then when they eat it again, to take a bite out of it again, it tastes like eggs. That's kind of like the replicator, so. And then they knock at the door, and they open it and see these canisters are full of the Doctor tells you to put them in the TARDIS. And once again, they're just arguing whether to go to the city or just leave. And the Doctor seemingly the turn tired so he can leave. Well, when they're not looking, he takes it apart from the TARDIS, so they'd be stuck there, and say that he needs some or just needs part, which is a cooling agent or something, to fix it and doesn't have any lying around, and he needs to find the mercury from the part in the city. Yeah, that would be kind of a bad thing for the Doctor to do, since when they go to the city and they split up, Barbara gets caught by one of the Daleks. I have to say, when first this episode first appeared, wasn't a little bit freaky seeing a plunger going at somebody, but nowadays, yeah, no. And when Ian and Susan do find out that the Doctor just tricked them about certain city and strand them on this planet, Ian is rightfully mad, and that's takes the mercury thing from Doctor, so they can search for Susan and not to get back from Dan. I'm not doing that, Barbara. but they get caught well, and turns out there's a radiation in the planet, and they're suffering from a radiation poisoning, and it hits the Doctor worse than the others. I had to say, I like these Daleks. They're not like a pain on eye, right? And sort of like the newer ones on the 5, where it's like a light for an eye. I don't know why they changed it in the 70s. It just doesn't make any sense. It looks a bit more goofy with just a pain on eye, so. Anyway, the Daleks see that the Doctor and company are suffering from radiation poison, so they agree to let one to go to the TARDIS to find the container that has the antidote to the radiation sickness. They're actually following Susan by a camera to see if he can lead them to the Talls, the Daleks' enemy. Yeah, if you watch the Doctor Who, then you know that Daleks and Talls have been in the war for a long time. This actually takes place like about 500 years after the Karen and the Tall War. So, and at first Ian was gonna go, but since the Daleks immobilized his legs, and would have took a long time for him to start working again, Susan wouldn't have to do it. I got into the 7 parts. Yeah, I think they just took one part out, or put 2 parts together, or put some scenes, because it's too long. Anyway, after Susan gets the antidote, one of the Talls actually greets her and apologizes about frightening her earlier, and they think they can negotiate a treaty with the Daleks. Oh, God. I don't know what you're thinking. Yeah, and he just thought that the Daleks might have changed over the 500 years since they changed as well. Like, originally the Talls were warriors, but now they're farmers. So, I think they're pacifists as well, since they refused to fight the Daleks and rather run. But anyway, the Daleks tried tricking the Doctor and that by agreeing to give Tal some help, and after getting Doctor and friends some food and water. It's the old pretend to be kind to your prisoners so they feel more safe for rules. They even have a microphone in their cell, and the Doctor and that actually knew, so they actually saved the fight so they can break the microphone off. And when they come up with ideas how to get out, they realise that the Daleks is actually powered by static electricity. So they just immobilize a Dalek, and Ian gets into one of them to pretend to be him, while the Doctor and that pretend to be forced to go to interrogation again. And eventually they do escape, and they meet up with the Talls, and the Doctor wants to leave, so yeah, say aim for the Mercury thing. But Ian doesn't have a concern. When the Daleks serves them, they took the thing. So now they go back to the city. Wah wah. I don't know if it'll be funny or what. And there's more arguing with the 4, and eventually they get the Tall's help, and they just start splitting up again with the Doctor and Susan come up with strategy how to immobilize the Daleks again by taking out their power, and Ian Brabber and some of the Talls going underground to take care of Daleks. That way there's attack from behind. Yeah, that's a kind of bad idea since one died all over edge of a cliff and the boulder fell on one. And Dr. Susan has to get captured by the Daleks again when the Doctor destroys her power system, and Susan wants to go, but the Doctor just wants Susan to gradually is a genius. So now the Daleks are dropping her nuke on the planet. Since the reason they wanted the antidote to the radiation sickness, because yeah, I don't really get why, since they say that the Daleks need the radiation to live, so why would they need the antidote to it? Don't know. The Doctor tries negotiating like a trade for or to the Daleks, like the information that was TARDIS for them not to drop the nuke, but it's the Daleks, they doesn't work with them. And eventually Ian and the others get to Daleks, and Daleks are eventually destroyed, and the Talks want the Doctor to stay since they don't really know much about science, and the Doctor is like a savant about that, whatever. But he said he's too old to be a pioneer now, and he actually was a pioneer for his people. I'm guessing this is where the other idea got thought up, but I don't know. And like a lot of the Doctor's moments, he gives a good monologue at times. And I would just go with Barbara saying goodbye to one of the tall that I think they're trying to hint that either he has the for her or vice versa, but whatever. Then just near the end, so one of the tall women looking out at one of the flowers that Susan found at the beginning, and her they gone off, but something wrong happens, and just this leads to the third episode of the first three. So I say this is a good episode, but I will say there are some better ones, and the genesis of the Daleks has retconned Daleks being powered by that electricity, so that's either a good or bad thing that it did, so I don't know. And I'd say again, I think it was too long, and I really liked the Dalek design in this, and it kind of makes sense why people were scared of it, since it didn't look that scary, but it looked at the kind of alien as well, and the voice was just great. And it was a bad part when some of the Daleks tried to talk like all at once. It didn't really match well, or didn't go well, but whatever. Some good acting by the actors, like Hartnell and the one playing his granddaughter. And of course it was the 60s, so there was some sexist stuff in this, but not anything big. But seeing the Talls as a pacifist was some different, since they do show up in some other episodes. I think in the third Doctor episode, where it's the second episode with the Daleks, and of course the genesis of the Daleks. And there's a scene where Ian explains why Daleks hate the Talls. It's just good and makes sense why they call the Talks mutants. At one point in the second half, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Next time will be a second Doctor episode, and it'll be the second appearance for the Sideman, of the Sideman for him, and it seems like it's borrowing a little bit from some like a mummy movie or something. That's the first Lost episode be found, but a lot of people were happy once they actually watched it. So probably good, probably bad, but yeah, as I say. Anyway, till next time, I would say, see you guys.